Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna be checking what you have to do, or well, what you should be doing on your first 7 days in the game. So before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. This is gonna be very useful for any new players. If you have any other tips that you want to suggest to new players, but I mean like super beginner tip, not something more advanced, something like that you should be doing on the first week. You can put that in the comments section, and well, let's get started already. So, when you begin the game, you're gonna have options between 3 characters. You can select Yukikase, you can select Sakura, and you can select Asagi. So, Yukikase is a range attacker, while Sakura is a melee attacker with T-Rex syndrome, T-Rex arm syndrome, so she needs to be next to the enemy. And Asagi is just a melee attacker, but not with T-Rex arm syndrome. So you can select whichever you want. In my opinion, the best option is Asagi. I mean, it's very easy to use and she's comfortable. After that, you want to select Yuki because she is going to be super easy to build. One of the easiest and most F2P builds is red. If you go red, it's super easy to start as a F2P player. And Yuki has good builds on red, so maybe you want to get Yuki. The last option that I would recommend is Sakura. Both Asagi and Sakura have HP recovery on blue, while Yuki has it on red. Like, can I check the... No, I cannot check the... Oh yeah, I can. Let's see. Not this. Not this, not this. Hold the bait. Yeah, this is the one that gives you HP recovery. It doesn't because I don't have the effect, but well, all the characters that you can get at the beginning have HP recovery, which is one of the most important things in the game. If you don't have HP recovery, well, you're gonna have a rough time with your characters, so keep that in mind. So, in my opinion, you should be getting... I don't want that, I want to go to the store. Okay, so I'll go here and here, characters. You want to get Asagi or Yuki, whichever you want is fine. Yuki, though it's a range attacker, is not very fast, so she has a range but is slow on her basic attacks, so keep that in mind. So when you start playing, you're going to be starting with the main story, and you want to beat the first chapters until you are able to do daily quest. So all of these functions, except main quest, are going to be locked according to your story progression. When you reach chapter 5, you're going to unlock everything. And when you start the game, you're gonna be when you unlock the daily quest function, you're gonna be able to tackle any kind of dailies. But what you should know is that you need to start with this. You're gonna go to, well, you start on easy, and when you complete all of these quests or challenge objectives, they're going to give you a star and they're going to give you gems. Each difficulty has its own kind of challenges, which are pretty easy to do. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. You want to start with the daily quest, or I did like 2 runs on this, and then I was able to do 2 runs on daily shards. And after that, what I did was that I upgraded my weapon, and I also upgraded my supporter, this one, to gain attack and HP. And with that, Then I went back to daily orb, and I started to tackle normal. It was a little bit challenging, yes, but doable nonetheless. So if it takes more, it's fine. If you need to get more resources to max out the first level of your weapon and supporter, it's okay. So the weapons, you don't see it here, but the maximum level first is gonna be 50. 50 what? 50, just like that. And then you're gonna click here to give materials. You give the materials that you get on the. Let's see. Can I get like anything? Yeah. Not a good one, but I can put this. So you put here. You give the materials that you get, and these are going to help you level up a little bit. So you use all of your materials. And very important tip, guys, don't forget about this. You don't want to click on upgrade until this is maxed out or you're giving the most amount of materials that you can. Why? Because I'm gonna look at the cost. It cost me 1,200 to do this. But if I were to do one of these, this cost me 100. So now, this is going to cost me thousands. No, you don't want that. You want to use the best tier of material that you have available and top it off, put as many as you can so that it gets to max level, so that you don't spend gold. That's a very important tip that you have to follow if you want to do this quickly. So once you give enough materials to your weapon, you're gonna see that the upgrade button is going to be changed for Forge, and with this you're going to awaken your weapon and it's going to get extra levels. So what you want is to first reach the first level, that is going to be 50, the first max level, and keep it there. Don't awaken your weapon or your supporters just yet. You're gonna need that. And you want to awaken as many weapons, well, not weapons, as many supporters as you can, so that you can equip 3 supporters to your main characters, which are awakened. Well, not awakened, but max level. These are already max level, max awakened. These icons are the awakening level, so it would be on, let's see, here I have one. This one. You see that these are on gray? Well, this is awakening 1, so max level 50, max level 55, max level 60. You want them at level 50. 3 supporters at least. So that's a thing. You want to do that, and then you're going to start tackling normal. If you don't get enough materials on easy to do that, just wait a little bit. Depending on the day that you start the game, you're gonna have different quest unlocks. You see, well, with not unlocks, but with half cost, and you always want to farm on the one that is on half cost. So ideally, you're gonna start on a day that gives you daily quest ore. That's great, but if not, just farm whatever it's available to you. And sometimes, some days, there are gonna be 2 quests on discount, or even the 4 of them are going to be on discount. So another thing, when you're starting the game, you're going to receive a ton of AP refills, and you're going to expand little by little your AP as you level up your commander rank. This is very easy to level up at first, so you're going to want to enhance your commander rank ASAP, as soon as possible, and you're going to refill, and you're going to be able to play a lot on your first sitting. So keep that in mind. But I was able to level up super fast. As you can see, I'm already level 70 with my Asagi. Because right now we have a campaign that gives me, well, it is not the same campaign, but it gave me EXP, and it has AP reduction cost on dailies last week. So I was able to do more runs than usual, but I didn't play efficiently. I didn't take care of my AP and farm each time it got refilled. So you can do better than me, and you can actually get these kind of results. Don't worry too much about it. So when you are already farming normal, it's gonna take some time for you to tackle the next challenge, the next objective. So what you want to do is that you want to gather as many resources as possible and level up your character as much as you can. So I'm gonna put another character, let's say her. So you see these materials. These materials you use to level up your characters and also to level up your weapons. So on this star, you're going to click, and it's going to require you the materials and some gold. The gold is going to be kind of hard at the beginning, but don't worry. Here on this item, on this icon, you're going to get gold by doing certain missions. And it's going to be something very organic. Just by playing the game, you're going to get the gold at the beginning, but try to focus on the right objectives. So now that you are clearing this, you want to start doing you after unlocking all of this. You also want to do these missions. You're gonna see this welcome event, and each day is gonna give you different rewards. The first day you're gonna get a weapon for either Asagi, Sakura, or Yukikaze. And the weapon that you want to get is the Momochi type weapon, that is going to be the blue with black weapon for any of the characters. Why do you want that and not the other ones? The other ones require you to play perfectly and avoid your enemies' attacks, which is going to be a hassle in my opinion for a beginner. So just go for the easy option and take the Momochi weapon, that are these ones. And in my case, I chose Asagi, so I took this weapon. And you saw that it was my weapon. This is the one that you want to enhance, but also you want to roll as soon as possible. Then you're going to get this list of supporters. All of them are pretty good. Well, most of them are pretty good. All these SR supporters. If you want to go blue, Mai is excellent. It's going to give you damage reduction. If you want to go damage, this is probably the best option. You want Homura, but it has the demerit that it increases the damage that you take, but it doesn't really matter. Then if you're going melee, you can use Rinka. If Momoko don't take that one, increase damage of melee attacks against Snare. Don't take this one. I mean, the Snare is good, but it's only 5 seconds, so don't take it. Neither this one. Faust is another good one. It increases critical rate of range attackers. If you get Yuki, you want this one. If you go full red. If you take Sakura or Asagi, you want this one. Then this one is good, but for advanced constant, so no. This one is good, but it's specialized against humans. So there are 3 types of enemies in the game. You don't want this one at the beginning. Let's see. This one is good because it gives you HP recovery, and that's a very good thing if you don't have it. This increases damage against bosses. That's fine, but you're not gonna want this at the start of the game. I mean, you want generic damage. And there's this one, increase critical damage of range attacks by 16%. Well, that's also good for Yuki. So get whatever you want, but my recommendation is to get Homura and anything else that you want. You're also going to receive one of these potions if you play a lot. If you're going to play a lot this first week, activate them immediately so that you gain more EXP as you play. Obviously, get the potion corresponding to the character that you obtained at the beginning of the game. So that's also important. The gacha coins, I don't recommend that you save them at the beginning of the game. Just roll. Maybe you get lucky and you're gonna get something. Here on the banners we can see gachas, and you're gonna use it on the normal gachas, on the standard gachas. In my case, I went for this banner that has a decent supporter, but the main appeal of this is just to get whatever equipment that you can and supporters just so that you increase your roster. That's the main appeal, and that's why you don't want to save. Usually you would want to save those resources, and if you are not in a rush to become stronger and tackle more challenging content as soon as possible, then it's fine. Don't spend your gacha coins. That's another acceptable thing to do. This one is pretty useful. Normally we would roll like long-time players would roll on these 3 banners, on the ones that have supporters, but these ones also have weapons for specific characters, and that's going to be super useful for beginner players. So you want to look at the rotation that you like the most, and you want to roll for the weapons of those characters, though nothing is guaranteed, so keep that in mind. Let's see. Do not take the bait here. This is unimportant, this discount. Also this one, I do not recommend that you do gacha with your gems. Keep that in mind. Don't do gacha with your gems at the beginning of the game, unless you're going to be spending and you know that you're going to spend. If that's the case, then yes, do gacha. Never fall for the discount. The discount is nice for building up the pity, but for that you need to roll 100 times, or for building up desire to buy things later, but don't just yet. You don't need it. Then let me check what else. And here we have other rewards. As you can see, there are also going to be UR tickets. Also spend them as soon as possible to see what you get, and depending on the weapons or supports that you get, maybe you want to select specific characters to buy later. And these obviously the outfits give different stats to the characters. Look, so these give me 220 defense and 195 critical, but if I take another F2P skin, this give me another kind of defense and critical. This give me HP and defense. So yes, it will be optimal to check which stats benefits the most the kind of gameplay that you want, but in my opinion, just take whatever skin that you like. So I took Bonnie, and that's fine. So you're gonna be doing this constantly. You're gonna be tackling content, and you're gonna be farming this quest for a while, and you're gonna be on normal, but little by little you're going to start strengthening your characters. And remember, you want to gather as many materials as possible, and you don't want to start spending until you're able to farm on the gold part, because you're gonna need the gold. If you can gather some gold here on the missions, that's gonna be fine on the achievement section. But let's continue what you're gonna do each day. So on this is day 1, day 2, you get AP syringes. The later you use it, the better. But also remember that it's completely fine to spend your syringes at the beginning of the game, especially if you want to play on one sitting, because this is going to accelerate the amount of runs that you can do and the levels that you can gain. And you want to spend them because you should have expended your potion to get more EXP, and you want to level up faster so that you can tackle more challenging content. From this one, there's gold, there's items for upgrading your weapons and supporters, which are really appreciated. Then there's on day 3 you're gonna get random ticket for SR weapon, random ticket for SR supporter, random ticket for Magatamas. Magatamas are gonna be something that we're gonna check later. There's more awakening materials, more gacha. One thing, if you don't complete all these missions in one day, there's no problem. You can complete it until the event period is over. So keep that in mind. They're going to be unlocked each day, but if you didn't complete all the missions in one day, they're still available until the event period is over, as you can see. So the next one is going to be day 4. Again, AP refills, money, resources, gacha. The same, it's just whatever. And then on day 6 and day 7 we have really important stuff. What really matters are these materials, this ore and this ore 2 shard. So with this you're gonna be able to awaken to level 75, which is the first max level that we got in the game. Later we got more levels added to the game, but that was the first one, and it's gonna be essential if you want to tackle hard content, just hard, not like super challenging content. And you're also going to get a ticket. Again, you should spend it. Then you're gonna get this. This is a voucher for characters up to Oboro. So what should you get? My recommendation when you get that item is that you get either Emily or Oboro or Kurenai. Why those three? Because of the pricing. If you look at the other characters available, Murasaki, we cannot see it anymore, but Murasaki and Sue are very cheap. They are 1,000 gems. I think she was 1,000. I don't remember. Shiranui is also 1,000 gems. Rinko is also 1,000. Sakura and Yuki are 800 gems. So they are cheaper to get, and you get benefit on buying those. You get an increase on your AP bar for each character that you have. It's just 5, but it really makes a difference. Keep that in mind. There's things that you should know. Each character has different types. They have a color and a race or trait. So this is going to affect the kind of equipment that you can put on this, the kind of supporters. So you want to have as many colors as possible. Which characters should you get? First, buy the ones that are cheaper. My recommendation. I didn't follow this. Another thing that you can do, depending on the weapons that you get. Let's see here on inventory. According to you saw those tickets, those UR tickets that are similar to this, right? Well, on mine I got one weapon for Spinel, so I decided to buy Spinel. So that's another option. Another thing that you need to take into consideration. There are two characters, Shisui and Emily. Those two unlock auto mode. They can auto farm. That is super important in a game where you have to farm. But the one that I recommend for beginners is Emily. Though Shisui is stronger, Emily has something very important, and it's the fact that she attacks super fast, and that's gonna be super important for the challenges on any kind of mission that you tackle. It says achieve a 30 combo. That's super easy with Emily. That's why you want her to be able to do these achievements without effort. So let's say that you already have your character at level, I don't know, maybe 40, and you have your weapon at level 50, and you have your supporters at level 52, except the SRs, which are level 40. So what are you going to do now? You're going to continue the story until you unlock Time Attack, and you're going to start farming Time Attack. You're going to challenge Time Attack easy, and you're gonna get some drops. Here we can see the drops actually. You're gonna get these Magatamas. You're gonna do it on chapter 3 so that you get the critical and attack Magatamas. These are going to increase your stats, and you're going to equip them on the weapons. So actually I can do it there. Here. I go here to the character, and you're gonna equip them on these slots. You're gonna have 2 slots. You unlock the other slots as you awaken the weapon, but you just want to increase your strength little by little. Then after you also want to use your points. Each time you beat a stage, you're gonna get these points, and you're gonna use them here, and it's going to require you points and gold, and you want to enhance different things depending on what you're doing. Miyazaki doesn't use skills to do damage, so I'm not using a skill damage upgrade. Instead, I'm using a build that focuses on basic attacks. So I'm using Taimanin R to enhance my basic attacks, Munika, which is a non-damaging buffing skill, and Kojinka, which is a non-damaging debuffing skill. So with those, I'm getting control over the enemy, more damage, and dealing damage with my normal attacks super quickly. That's why I want attack, critical, cooldown reduction. You want to go to level 10 with everything except the ulti, and depending on your build, maybe you can skip this one. For my build for Asagi, yes, but if you're doing Yuki, you do need the upgrade on skills. So you want to go to 10 on almost everything, and then once you have level 10 with HP and defense, which should be the last ones, then you start going beyond with attack, critical, and cooldown. Cooldown, in my opinion, is the second most important one after attack. Crit is it's good, but you don't need to focus on it super fast. So when you level up enough, try tackling again chapter 3 here. This is going to use BP. I didn't mention that, but this uses this energy bar. So you're going to tackle chapter 3, but on normal. On normal here, you're going to challenge it. And you want to do multiple runs to get multiple side items. And then when you have this, you want to farm a bunch of these SRs, because you're going to go here on the inventory to the Magatama section. You're going to take these Magatamas and you're going to go to the, what was it? Upgrade section. And you give them Magatamas to level them up. You see how this is getting more attack? That's excellent, right? Well, after that, you want to start trying to tackle hard. The hard difficulty on your dailies. It's still going to be challenging, but you want to do it if possible. And if it's not, if still you are not able to beat it, then before you start doing that, actually you need to start awakening your weapons and supporters so that they reach max level, true max level, level 60. Okay, so now you have the weapons, you have slots for these ones, and little by little, this is not a good example just yet. You're gonna have something like, not a good example, like this, that gives you a little bit of attack. And you want to also equip a secondary weapon if possible, depending on your gacha rolls. And you want to equip Magatamas on that weapon too, and you want to level them up too. That's gonna give you more stats. So after that, you want to tackle hard. It's gonna be rough, but with the weapon supporters, your level, that's gonna be fine. So also remember to awaken this. And now you have been farming this and this. The next thing that you want to farm is gold, but also every time that it's possible, farm your daily bits and models. With the bits and models, you're going to be able to unlock facilities here. I'm going to do a quick analysis on what you want to unlock and on which order. So, the first thing that you want to unlock, as you can see, because of, let me check, this is locked until I am rank 50. So obviously there's going to be a bunch of things that are rank locked, and you want to unlock everything that's available when they become available, just like this one, activity available. Okay, so you click here and you're going to unlock it using these materials that you get on the bid dailies. So which are the priorities? You have to unlock skill training, EXP facility, weapon facility, and crafting facility. These 4 are essential. Some of these three are for missions. This one is also for missions, but it's also super important as it is. And then from this part, the first that you want to unlock is the launch, no doubt about it. The second and third that you want to unlock are mission preparation room and gear modification room. Gear modification room is going to give you bits that are going to be useful for leveling up, for strengthening your characters, and mission preparation is going to give you operational plans, which you can use to skip a mission. You get the resources, but you don't have to play the mission itself. It consumes AP, but that's perfect because with that you're going to level up characters. Water. Let me just drink a little bit. I'm talking too much. Well, you want to unlock everything else as you progress. But another thing that you have to take into consideration is that you're going to have to upgrade those facilities further and further. The first one that you want to upgrade is the crafting facility because it unlocks selections of items that you can craft. This, the craft number level 5, I cannot do any of these because I don't have the facility level up enough. On some facilities you can equip characters to make the supporters, to make the function faster, but it doesn't really matter that much at the beginning. On the skill training, put something that wants to gain skill points, and on the EXP training, put someone that wants to gain levels. On the weapon, put a weapon that you want to enhance little by little. And on this part, you want to unlock Headmistress Office. That is going to increase the amount of runs that you can do. You want to do School Field. That's the last one that you want to do. Classroom. You want to do Classroom too. But firstly, you want to... Oh my god. No, it's Classroom, Headmistress, and School Field. This Classroom and School Field are going to increase your maximum amount of AP and BP, and Headmistress is going to allow you to do more runs each time. For example, here I go to the event, I select any stage that I have clear with all the stars, and look, I can do 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs, 5 runs. Usually the top is 5 runs, but now we have a campaign. You can see the campaign here on this icon. It says that I can do 5 more, so I can do 10 runs. That's nice. So yeah, those are the facilities. Focus specifically on unlocking these just because of missions, and then unlocking launch, followed by mission preparation, followed by gear modification room. And you're gonna need 3 characters to put on those facilities. That's why the first thing that you want to do is not to roll, but to get characters. Let's see, what else? Depending on when you start the game, there may be a golden pass. Do the missions here to get F2P rewards, and some of the F2P rewards are tickets. These are called UR Gacha voucher, which you can exchange for 1 ticket either for supporters or weapons. Always go for supporters. Those are more rare than the weapons. Okay, let's see what else. So you already strengthened yourself enough to beat this. So what you can do is that you can change it to another character. You put the max amount of AP and you use this. You use this button with your operational plans to skip the mission. I'm gonna do it like this, just to give you an example. So this is going to use my resources, my AP, and my operational plans, but it's going to give me the EXP without playing, and it's going to give me the resources that I would get. That's nice. That's very, very nice. So from time to time, as I was saying with the golden pass, there's also going to be other special missions like these ones. If I complete event stage, I'm going to get resources. If I complete the chapter 21, I'm going to get more resources. The chapter 21 is like, I don't want to rush the story, so I don't care about those resources. But if you can do it, what I suggest that you focus on dailies rather than that. it's more valuable to be able to tackle challenging content earlier. Then there's also other campaigns like this one. So it's similar to the 7-day beginners campaign, the welcome event. You just complete missions and you're gonna get resources, and that's appreciated. There's also going to be these kind of events that you complete other missions and you get more resources. Do them if you can. For example, I don't have Obor or Lina, so I can do these ones. But this is for all the characters, and I have been getting a couple Inage teas and operational plans. So yeah. Also, at the beginning of the game, you're gonna receive a special ticket. I don't see where it is. Like, it's not here. It's a special ticket that allows you to select between 3 UR supporters. You're gonna select either Fuma Amane, Kowaru, or Major. All of these are pretty good, but these two are niche while Kowaru is generic. So I suggest that you take Kowaru because this increases critical damage, and by a good amount. On the other hand, Fuma Man is going to increase damage against machine type characters, which is niche, and Major deals a ton of damage with the active, but the other effect is that it reduces damage taken by 25% for machine type enemies, which is also huge, but again, go for Kowaru, it's the best option. You're gonna receive that select ticket, so use it on that. What else? If you selected something else, it's still fine. All of the 3 are very good, but the one that gives immediate value is Kowaru. That's the thing. Let's see. What else? Let me check. Here on this section, you're gonna see the progress of your facilities. When it's already the bar is full blue, that means that you can redeem or get EXP or whatever. Let's see. Now that you are tackling this, you want to use your syringes. While you're tackling hard, you want to use your syringes to get the resources as much as you can and level up as much as possible. So in my case, I'm going to continue farming so that I reach 75. I get gold. I increase my skills. And I can tackle event. On events, it's gonna be super rough. You may miss the events on the first week. Probably you're gonna miss the event on the first week unless you start paying for things. So don't count on completing the events when you start the game. I'm gonna try to complete these ones. You can also save your syringes, like start farming little by little, and then when you have bought a couple characters and you have a character that is level 75, you can use all your syringes to complete one event in one go. That's another option. Don't forget to use this function to link your account. That's going to give you gems, but more importantly, it's going to protect your account. So that is very important. Gacha. Supporters. Also supporters and how to play. So this supporter is pretty useful. You're gonna get it 4 out of 5. I got this, which is not a wise idea. Don't do that. You can get the last copy here on the Desire shop for like 21 Desire. But don't get this one because it's not gonna be useful on the late game. What's the appeal of getting this? If this is gonna be the other copies, you get like one at the beginning, and the other copies are gonna be here on missions, just by strengthening that supporter. Why do you want copies of that supporter and when do you want to enhance it? This increases the damage that you deal on a story, but the story is not difficult content, so it's not that important. But it really helps out beginners. The really important aspect why I decided to enhance this to max is because you get more copies, and the more copies you get, the more HP this supporter gives. Look, this gives me almost 4,000 HP and 3,300 defense. While Kowaru, Kowaru gives exactly the... not exactly the same, but about the same. My god, this is a terrible supporter. The stats are pretty poor in that case. So yeah, don't I mean, do enhance it. There's another thing that you should take into consideration. The active pulls the enemies, and that's gonna be super useful when starting the game. So I'm gonna farm one stage so that you can see how you want to play. I'm gonna use a Sagi. I'm gonna put here on this icon. You can save your builds with the save button and load them with the load button. Pretty useful. So here are the weapons. Here are the skills, the supporters, the customs, the affinity. So let's do a quick run because we're gonna need it. So for that, I'm just going to use this amount so that I can do a run. And you're gonna see how I play exactly. So at the beginning, the ulti is super important. You will have particles that start to charge, and sometimes enemies drop them. And with that, you're going to do an ultimate attack that deals a lot of damage. When it's maxed out, you can use the corresponding button, and that's going to be fine. But also, you can use the active of the supporters. So I use the active there, and it's creating a tornado that's going to pull the enemies, and it's going to deal consistent damage. That's why that supporter is good, because of the pull effect. So you want that to quickly clear waves. Kowaru also has a very good active, but I do not recommend that you start with that one. The pulling effect is just very good to control the enemies at the beginning of the game. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I am able to. Oh, okay. So I am doing it poorly because I already am strong enough to do this effortlessly. So there is no problem. But this was super hard on the third day. I was starting to tackle this on the third day, so and I wasn't able to beat it. So just be patient. And if you want to rush it, be willing to put money into the game. I'm also going to analyze a little bit the packs that are available, why they are worth it or not. So use your ulti on the boss. You can also use it on the middle wave if you are not strong enough, because you're going to charge the particles. And also use the active of the supporter while the super armor is down. And the reason why this weapon is so cool is because whenever you crit, you're going to increase your damage. It reduces the defense of the enemy. So yeah, that's another thing. That's more or less how you want to use it. Use your actives constantly and your ultimates constantly. But also know the waves on the stage so that you always have active and ulti for the boss wave. Let's see. You want to do this as much as possible. I'm not doing it on this account because I don't care that much about the gacha here. In fact, I want to do it as F2P as possible and just light. So let's see. Other than that, something that I haven't mentioned is that characters, when they are level 1, they have a lot of functions unlocked. They cannot equip skills, and they cannot equip supporters, and they cannot equip the sub weapon. That is dependent on the level, so as you progress you're gonna unlock stuff. And look, this weapon is not maxed out, so this slot is locked. So just level up everything and you're gonna be able to equip stuff. And with the points you can unlock also this stuff. And some skills are locked to level. Well, all of them are locked to a certain level. But when you are at level 20, you're going to unlock everything important. There is one more awakening skill, but that's not going to be a thing for a while. So yeah, I'm going to keep my points because I want to upgrade this one. The cooldown is super important on Asagi. Let's see, what else? Well, now that you are able to farm properly and you have a lot of resources, you want to start working on your Magatamas. Magatamas, when you, let's see, this one. When you level them up to 5, then you have the option to polish them. By using beads, SR beads, you're going to unlock a skill. and you're going to reset the level. So we're gonna use it right now. So as you can see, I'm gonna get an effect. The effect says increase damage to machine type enemies. That's not good. And I am going to give it more Magatamas to increase the stats yet again. And there's a clear difference between Magatamas. This is 183, this is 219, and this that is maxed out is 455. You want to max them out, but maybe progress on them little by little. Another thing that you can do is that here on the crafting facility, when you upgrade the crafting facility to level 2, this is level 4 already, but on level 2, you're able to craft your own beads with these materials that you get from the bead quest. As I said, you want to farm that a lot. You want to farm everything a lot, as much as possible in the day. So, farm them and use them to increase your effects. After, and I mean after you have all your Magatamas. Where are the Magatamas? After you have all your Magatamas with all the 5 blue spots here, and they have unlocked everything, you want to use the reset function to get effects. Preferably, the effect that you want is damage dealt to all enemies. So I'm gonna reset it. Damage dealt to all enemies increased by 3.3%. That's nice. This is gonna be super useful. I mean, you want it to be bigger, but it's what I got and it's fine. For example, increase damage dealt to all enemies by 1.1. Why do you want it against all enemies? Because that's gonna help you with all content for now. Later, you want to do specialized Magatamas for human, machine, and demon, but that's a topic for another day. I already have a video on that, but just start with damage against all enemies. Each roll takes 2 beats, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna do that again. Reset. Yeah, 2 beats. So do stock those materials as much as you can. Then let's see. What else? As I said, you don't want to do gacha. Let's go with paid content. Yes, paid content. So things to keep into consideration. If you're starting the game, usually you won't be willing to pay in order to play, because you're just testing the waters and checking if you like the game. But if you're committing and you know that you want this, getting the corresponding pack for the character that you're going to use would be useful. Though it is a little bit expensive, it's cheaper than most packs. But what's the benefit? That you get more EXP. You get a custom, you get a ticker for another one of these weapons. In my recommendation, get a second copy of the weapon that you selected. In my case, it would be this one. But it is not necessary. It's just if you're willing to. Let's see. And there's more. I'm going to show you this. There's a login. If you log in every day, you're going to see that you're going to receive stuff. Whenever you reach a commander rank, like multiples of 10, commander rank 10, commander rank 20, you're going to receive these packs, which give you a lot of value, actually, especially the potions. Those are the most important ones. The gems are like okay-ish, but they are not that many, so the potions are what really gives you a lot of value here. This is the ticket that I was mentioning, the one that you can select one of these 3 supporters. Always go for Kaworu, in my opinion. You can select whatever you want, but I recommend Kaworu. This is the rank 20 pack. As you can see, the price increases, but also the resources. Here I have exactly what it gives, and it gives 75 AP potions. That's going to be super useful for playing a lot at the beginning of the game. So consider these packs. This is the 31. And the 31 is also pretty valuable. It gives you one of those task force documents that is going to give you a character. So it is pretty cheap for a character, and it comes with a weapon for the characters available here, I think. It comes with 20 gacha coins, so it's nice. It's nice. The 41, I didn't see what it was, but whatever. There's also this thing that is going to give you a voucher for a weapon, a custom, but more importantly, these items and syringes. For $2, in my opinion, it's probably the only thing that you want to buy just when starting the game. These are gonna help you out because you're going to get that weapon, that your weapon at the beginning of the game super quickly, and then you're going to max its level to level what 50 with these items. It's super good. Maybe it costs you a little bit more resources than this. I don't know if 25 is just enough. Let's check it. Do I have a weapon that I can use? Like, let's see. Item. Do I have a UR weapon? Not. I'm gonna use this one. Let's see. So. Yeah, probably with 25 is more than enough to level it up completely. So this is really good value. I do recommend this one if you're willing to spend $2. I mean, here we can see the mission for Morishima. She's, as I mentioned, not that great. I just saw that the stats are not that great, but you get more copies. That's fine. They are F2P, and you're going to the active is really nice at the beginning of the game, so do get them. There's also this support is going to cost you $1, and in exchange you're gonna get a supporter that increases the amount of EXP that you receive. This is unnecessary, but if you want to take it, it's fine. I do have it on my main account, and I prefer to just pay so that I don't get these annoying messages every now and then, because it becomes annoying. But let's see. Yeah, that's it for the packs that I got a screen on, a screen cap. Let's see. There's other packages that you should get, yes, but we can discuss that on another video, or you can check about paid content on another place. It's really nothing. Well, one thing that maybe you should consider are these renewal packs. Whenever there's a renewal character, they are exactly the same as the character packs in terms of price. Let's see. Oboro 44.99, and this gives you a terrible weapon, some gems, a skin, a very cheap skin, and the character. On the other hand, this is going to give you the character, a really cool skin, a voucher for another skin, a weapon, a good weapon, and gems. My god, this is on discount. Nice, Grimory, nice. I didn't know this was on discount. But the base value is exactly the same as the other one, as you can see. So the base price. So keep that in mind. If you are willing to buy one of those, perhaps you want to buy the one on the character that is being renewed. Let's see. Now, let's say that we already have those Magatamas max out. We have the weapons max out. We have the supporters max out. What do you want to do next? You want to start doing the story event, and it's going to cost you a little bit of effort, but you're going to be able to tackle normal at least. The idea is that you go up to hard and you clear all the challenging stages, and then you're going to unlock bonus. At the beginning, you're not going to be able to tackle bonus, but don't worry, there's little value on that. It gives you like 5 gacha coins, standard gacha coins, not even a special gacha coins, so don't worry too much about it. And 100 tickets, that tickets you get easily just by farming. These are the tickets that you use on the gacha, here on the gacha of the event. Try to complete the events and go up to box number 10. After that, don't farm anymore. You want to get the supporters. You want to log the supporters and give the copies of the same supporters to each, so that they increase the level. So you're gonna do something like this. You're gonna click on this icon to put it on blue and lock the character, and then I don't have any copies, but you would click here and you would select the copies and increase the S level. That is going to increase the effectiveness of the passive. That's a lot. So now that you are tackling this, you want to continue doing this constantly. You want to do this, as I mentioned, this quest. Doing it thrice or twice a day is more than enough. Depends on how much time you get. And yeah, that's kind of it for the first week. I am going to continue farming right now. And oh, here you can get gems. I already redeemed mine, but look at this. When you use the character, you're going to increase the affinity gauge, and when you click on it, you're going to redeem the gems. So that's another income for gems, just for you to know. But don't count of this, because this gives you just too little gems, so don't think too much about it. Depending on what you roll with your tickets and such, here on the inventory, I probably want to get Chizuru so that I can use this item. I probably want to use Murasaki. So depends on what kind of items you want to get. Also, talking about characters, we mentioned that you want to get these ones first, the ones that are not 100,000, no, 1,200 gems, the ones that are below that. But let me tell you something super important. When you want to tackle challenging content, you want to get Murasaki ASAP. This character with a green build is going to be immortal. You want her. It is super good. You also want Emily for auto farming, and then you want characters like Astaroth for because of her strength and is to use. She's very easy to use. You want characters like Shisui, that is also an auto farmer, pretty good. You want debuffers like Rin and Chizuru. So yeah, I said that you want these ones first, but it depends on your priorities. It's a recommendation to get this first because of the amount of gems that it costs. But if you prefer effectiveness on the characters themselves, then perhaps going for Murasaki, it's like the same, 1,000 gems, so she's gonna be one of your first pick, but Emily is not. In my case, I'm going to take this item and I'm going to redeem I think Oboro, because she got the renewal and she's pretty good right now. But Kurenai is also a good option, or Emily if you didn't get Emily. Emily especially if you didn't get Emily because of the price. So yeah, yes, there's also Arena. There is this Arena prologue that you have to do. Well, you don't, I don't know if you have to do it, but it is a kind of challenging content at the beginning. So I suggest you try it. It's gonna give you gems. On the Arena, you can also farm. You're going to face other opponents with your characters, other players, and they just auto play. You don't do anything, and depending on your strength and your build, you're gonna do something or not, and you're gonna get coins. With the coins, as you progress, you're going to unlock different stages of the shop, and you want the last one to get these each month, and also you want to get weapons. Not each month, but every now and then they give us this. And you also want weapons. You want to get 5 copies of one weapon, preferably the Viridian variety. These are useful for PvP. They are the staple for PvP. And these are going to be excellent beat sticks for you to strengthen your character. Also, I didn't talk about secret quests because these are rough at the beginning of the game. Even if you unlock them, I already unlocked all of these, but I'm having trouble with this just yet. So I recommend that you continue strengthening yourself before you start tackling this. And there's also here Tower, which is another challenging mode that you don't want to tackle just yet. It's going to give you a lot of value. It's going to give you very good rewards. But on the first week, I don't think that you should be doing that. Let's see. So yeah, that's about it now. We already checked all the things that you should be doing on your first week. Try to focus on getting to level 71 with your main character and take advantage of that EXP potion. Yes. Also, if possible, prepare as many materials as you can. I doubt you're gonna get these on your first week, so just settle with level 75. It is pretty good. And there's the affinity here that you're gonna receive some of these items that are going to help you out increase the affinity, and those give different benefits, going from EXP increase, drop rate increase, getting items. So work on those as much as you can, but don't to get these materials, to get these items that you use here, you need to roll on the gold gacha. It is a kind of reward on the gold gacha. Let's see. Doki Doki present here, the Doki Doki present. You can also get it by doing this. When you click here, you're gonna get points, and these points you can exchange on the store for these items that some have Doki Doki presents. It's random. It's a random reward, and you can also craft them on the crafting facility when you're at level 3 on the crafting facility. But don't do it just yet. It's gonna take a ton of time. Also on level 2 you can do it with these items that are way better. But I mean, in my opinion, it's a better resource to use rather than this one. These are just too useful even for old players. So yeah, take your time, guys. Take it easy and try to get it as much as you try to advance and progress as much as you can. If you want to invest in the game, that's fine, but make sure that you like the game, make sure that you enjoy it, look for different guides, different builds, look at the gameplay of characters to know if you really want those characters. For example, maybe if you don't like someone that doesn't have HP recovery, even if you get the weapon, you don't want to use Spinel. On the other hand, if you like someone with HP recovery, Murasaki or Kurenai are going to be fantastic for you. If you don't want to farm yourself, Emily and Shisui are excellent options. If you prefer range attackers, Yuki and Astaroth are going to be good for you. If you prefer, I don't know, if you prefer them because of the appearance, that's also good. Just make sure to have fun, guys. And don't focus on the gacha at the beginning of the game. Rely heavily on getting the supporters from the events. And with this guide, or well, these tips, you should be able to tackle the events after your first 7 days in the game. So, that's gonna be it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye! There we go. Bye!